Oh, hello there. You're most likely here to see a scene from the famous play Hamlet. I will first summarize the whole play and then I will summarize the scene. Prince Hamlet has been summoned home to Denmark to attend his father's funeral. He is in a state of mourning and despair over the death of his father. He is further disturbed that his mother, Queen Gertrude, has married his uncle. Claudius, who is also the brother of the late king, Hamlet sees this as foul incest, and he is just as angry that his succession to the throne has been usurped. The ghost of the late king soon appears to Hamlet. He tells Hamlet that he was in fact murdered when someone poured poison in his ear while he napped. The ghost of the king tells Hamlet that he has been consigned to purgatory and must walk the earth at night until his murder has been avenged. He charges Hamlet to avenge his death. Hamlet accepts the request and is planning to investigate. He will investigate by observing and acting as if he knows nothing. During his investigation, he starts to second-guess himself. He wonders if the ghost really was a demon that was trying to trick him into committing murder and then suffer in hell. And with this, he is trapped in his thoughts that prevent him from proceeding. He comes up with an idea of reenacting the murder of his father. He does this by hiring a troupe of actors to act out a reenactment of the murder in front of his uncle and his mother. This makes Claudius trapped in his own guilt and gives proof to Hamlet. With this, Hamlet makes up his mind to kill Claudius, but he immediately starts to second-guess himself. Even though Hamlet is second-guessing himself on whether or not he should commit the murder, he still kills many other people. But before these deaths happen, Hamlet is once again trapped in his self-doubt, as well as his intellectual misgivings. But Laertes, the brother of Ophelia, which has sworn to kill Hamlet because of the murder of his and his sister's father, is not like Hamlet. Laertes is a man of action rather than words and thoughts. Soon he tries to kill Hamlet with a poisoned sword. He cuts Hamlet but drops the sword in the act. Hamlet grabs the sword and cuts him back. Laertes tells Hamlet that he has been poisoned and at this moment Hamlet knows that he can't act on words and thoughts, so he fights Laertes. During this, we found out that Claudius has poisoned a cup that is meant for Hamlet. When the queen believes that Hamlet has won, she drinks from the cup and dies. Laertes tells Hamlet the plan to murder him. In this, he included that the poison that killed his mother was meant for him. By this, gets blinded by rage and kills Claudius. Hamlet drinks the last of the poison and says in his dying words that the Prince of Norway shall be the new king. Now that I explained the play, I shall explain the scene that is about to unfold. The scene that is about to unfold is about Hamlet and the Queen Gertrude argumenting. During the scene, Lord Polonius spies on them and gets killed by Hamlet. They continue argumenting for a while.
Now, mother, what's the matter? Hamlet, thou hast thy father much offended. Mother, you have my father much offended. Come, come, you answer with an idle tongue. Go, go. You question with a wicked tongue. How now, Hamlet? What's the matter now? Have you forgotten me? No. By the rood, not so. You are the queen, your husband's brother's wife. And would it were not so, you are my mother. Nay, then I said those to you that speak. Come, come, and sit you down. You shall not budge. You go not till I set you up a glass. where you may see the most part of you.
What wilt thou do? Thou wilt not murder me? Help! Who?
What? Oh, help!
How now? A rat dead for a ducat dead makes a pass through the arras.
I'm slain.
Oh, me? What hast I done?
Nay, I know not. Is it the king?
Oh, what a bloody rash indeed is this!
A bloody deed. Almost as bad, good mother, as kill a king and marry with his brother.
As kill a king?
Nay, lady, 'twas my word. Thou wretched Raj introducing fool, farewell. I took thee for thy better, take my fortune. Thou find'st to be too busy is some danger. Leave wringing of your hands, peace sit you down, and let me wring your heart, for so I shall, if it be made of penetrable stuff, if damned custom have not breast it so, that is proof and bulwark against sense.
What have I done, that thou darst wag thy tongue in a noise so rude against me?
Such an act that blurs the grace and blush of modesty, calls virtue, hypocrite takes off the rose from the fair forehead of an innocent love, and sets a blister there, makes marriage vows as false as dicers' oaths. Oh, such a deed as from the body of contraction plucks the very soul, and sweet religion makes a rhapsody of words. Heaven's face doth glow o'er this solidity and compound mass, with tristful visage as against the doom, is thought sick as the act.
Ay, me? What act? That roars were so loud and thunders in the index.
Look here upon this picture, and on this the counterfeit presentment of two brothers. See what a grace was seated on this brow. Hyperion's curls, the front of Jove himself, an eye like Mars to threaten and command, a station like the herald Mercury, new lighted on a heaven-kissing hill. A combination and a form indeed, where every god did seem to set his seal, to give the word assurance of a man. This was your husband. Look ye now what follows. Here is your husband, like a mildew air, blasting his wholesome brother. Have you eyes? Could you on this fair mountain leave to feed, and batten on this moor? Ha! Have you eyes? You cannot call it love, for at your age the heyday in the blood is tame. It's humble, and waits upon the judgment, and what judgment would step from this to this? Sense sure you have, else could you not have motion, but sure that sense is apoplexed, or madness would not err, nor sense to ecstasy was nerve of thralled, but it reserved some quantity of choice to serve in such a difference. What devil wasn't that thus hath cozened you at moodman blind? Eye without feeling, feeling without sight, ears without hands or eyes, smelling sans all, but a stickly part of one true sense, could not so mope. O shame, where is thy blush, rebellious hell, if thou canst mutine in a matron's bones, to flaming youth, let virtue be as wax, and melt in her own fire, proclaim no shame, when the compulsive adore gives the charge, since frost itself as actively doth burn, and reason panders will.
O Hamlet, speak no more. Thou turn'st mine eyes into my very soul. And there I see much black and grained spots, as I will not leave there tinked.
Nay, but to live in the rank sweet of an ensign bed, stewed in corruption, honeying and making love over the nasty sty.
Oh, speak to me no more. These words are like daggers entering my ears. No more, sweet Hamlet.
A murderer and a villain, a slave that is not 20th part of the tithe of your precedent lord, a vice of kings, a cut purse of the empire and the rule, that from her shelf the precious diadem stole and put it in his pocket.
No more!
A king of shreds and patches. Save me and hover over me with your wings, you heavenly guards. What would you, gracious figure?
Alas, he's mad.
Do you not come your tardy son to chide that lapsed in time and passion? Let's go by the important acting of your dread command. Oh, say!
Do not forget, this visitation is but to whet thy almost blunted purpose. But look, amazement on thy mother sits. O step between her and her fighting soul. Conceit in her weakest body's strongest works. Speak to her, Hamlet.
How is it with you, lady?
Alas, how is't with you, that you do bend your eye on vacancy, and with the incorporeal air do you hold discourse? Forth at your eyes your spirits wildly peep, and as sleeping soldiers in the alarm, your budded hair, like a life and experiments, starts up and stands on end. O gentle sun, upon the heat and flame of thy distemper, sprinkle cool patience. Whereon do you look?
On him, look you how pale he glares, his form and cause conjoined, preaching to stone, would make them capable. Do not look upon me, lest with this piteous action you convert my stern effects. Then what I have to do will want true color, tears, pre-chance for blood.
To whom do you speak this?
Do you see nothing there?
Nothing at all, yet all that I see.
Nor did you nothing hear?
No, nothing but ourselves.
Why, look you there, look how it steals away. My father in his habit as he lived. Look where he goes, even now out at the portal.
This the very carnage of your brain. This bodiless creation, ecstasy, is very cunning in.